the apathy is what cost Johnny.
I think the apathy is what saved him.
Really?
I think he would have drowned in Dallas.
He went to rehab. No, he would have not been the man in Dallas. Think about this. In Cleveland, even though he didn't do anything. He didn't start. What did he start? Like 10 games in 2 years? Not even.
Less than that.
Probably 6 games in 2 years. From the moment he was drafted, he was the man. He was what everybody wanted to talk about. He was you know what doesn't stink, even though I don't do anything. He was the guy. In Dallas, he's not the guy. He's not outshining Tony Romo. The media are not clamoring to talk to Johnny Manziel when he's in a locker room with Des Bryant and Jason Witten and Tony Romo and all these other all-pro, forget Pro Bowl, all-pro offensive linemen. Johnny's not the guy. Johnny needs to learn how to not be the guy. So even in a mediocre situation, he's the guy, and he's not playing. Cleveland did him poorly. And he ended up in rehab because of the apathy that existed in Cleveland. I think come on. I think in Dallas,
are you absolving? I mean, I know that the Browns are a little culpable. You just said he ended up in rehab because of the apathy that existed in Cleveland. How about the dopiness in which he leads his own life?
You're making a specific statement off of a metaphorical.
No, I'm responding to what you just said.
Yes, there is apathy in Cleveland, BT. No one cared.
You just said that he wound up in rehab because of apathy.
Yes.
That sounds like you're blaming the Browns. Take control of their own life,
I'm talking about Cleveland in general. Cleveland.
So because it's a sleepy town, Johnny Manziel wound up in.
No, I'm talking about the Cleveland Browns in general.
All right.
No one took control of Johnny Manziel in Cleveland.
Including Johnny Manziel.
Of course, but we knew that. My point is.
I'm not feeling you. I'm trying to understand. I don't understand what you're saying.
Des Bryant, when he came to the Dallas Cowboys, was a F-up.
He was.
Complete and utter.
No doubt about it.
In debt to 100+ thousands of dollars.
Agreed.
Fighting with his mom. In fact, probably could have went to jail for hitting his mother.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't hear about much of it, if any of it, because Jerry Jones protected him from it. And he cared about seeing Des Bryant turn into the best player that he possibly could be. So even when he was on the facility, and more importantly, when he was away from the facility, and the guy that he had on him, his body guy away from the facility, ultimately was the guy who turned on him and gave that video that never materialized, or at least talked about that video that never materialized, that Mike Florio talked about. That body guy ended up betraying him. But whatever. At the end of the day, Jerry Jones protected him on and outside of the Cowboys facility.
Gotcha.
In Cleveland, Johnny Manziel was not afforded that. They either don't have the mechanism or they didn't care. They thought that Johnny was going to be a grown-up. Johnny is not a grown-up. And you should have known that when you drafted him with the 22nd pick in the NFL draft. He was going to be an F-up. Put somebody on him, direct his life, because you knew it was a risky pick. They were apathetic towards Johnny Manziel.